Episode 13. Rebekah becomes Isaac's wife. After Sarah, Abraham's wife, had passed away, Abraham knew it was time to find a wife for his son Isaac. He wanted Isaac to marry someone who shared their faith in God, so Abraham called his most trusted servant and gave him an important task. He asked his servant to go back to his homeland to find a suitable wife for Isaac. The servant set out on his journey, taking 10 camels loaded with gifts. When he reached the town of Nahor, he stopped by a well just outside the town. It was evening, and the women of the town were coming out to draw water. The servant prayed to God, saying, "Lord, God of my master Abraham, make me successful today and show kindness to my master. May it be that when I say to a young woman, 'Please let down your jar that I may have a drink,' she says, 'Drink and I'll water your camels too.' Let her be the one you have chosen for Isaac." Before the servant had even finished praying, a young woman named Rebekah came out to draw water. She was beautiful, and she was kind. The servant ran to her and asked for a drink of water. Rebekah quickly lowered her jar and gave him a drink. Then she said, "I'll draw water for your camels too, until they have had enough to drink." The servant watched in amazement as Rebekah filled the trough for the camels, just as he had prayed. The servant knew that God had answered his prayer. He took out a gold nose ring and bracelets and gave them to Rebekah. He asked her about her family, and she told him that she was the daughter of Bethuel, a relative of Abraham. The servant bowed down and worshipped God, thanking him for leading him to the right person. Rebekah ran home to tell her family about the visitor, and her brother Laban came out to meet the servant. The servant explained why he had come and how God had led him to Rebekah. Laban and Bethuel agreed that this was God's plan, and they gave their blessing for Rebekah to go with the servant to marry Isaac. The next morning, Rebekah agreed to leave her family and go to Isaac. She traveled back with the servant, and when they arrived, Isaac was in the field. When Rebekah saw Isaac, she covered her face with a veil, and Isaac welcomed her. He loved her, and they were married. Rebekah brought comfort to Isaac after the loss of his mother, and together they began their life as husband and wife. Moral of the story: God answers our prayers often in ways we may not expect. When we trust in God's plan and follow His guidance, He will lead us to the right path. God cares about every detail of our lives, even in finding the right people to share our journey.